What's up guys, this is Pokemon Unbound Cat's True Insane Difficulty newly patched version 2.1, and today we're taking on our third challenge of the Elite Four, the Fairy type trainer Arabella. And we're going to absolutely destroy, full 6 Pokemon sweep this fight with Aegislash, who has been such a heavy hitter and MVP of this entire late game run. Now, just like all of the other Elite Four members and gym leaders, this battle has a unique special field effect. We'll be fighting under misty terrain, and also any Fairy type Pokemon will have its lowest defensive stat boosted. So here we go. Without further ado, let's get right to it. Arabella leads with Majerna, and we're going to start with Garchomp. This turn 1, we're just going to get some quick damage off. That's all the help we're going to need, and then Aegislash will take it from there. Here we've got the misty terrain, and Pixies are flying around the field as well. This is going to boost Majerna's defense stat, and this is for all Fairy types. This is the field effect we discussed earlier. So here we go. Turn 1, we're coming out swinging. We activate the Garchomp bite and Mega Evolve into Mega Garchomp. Mega Evolving to get that additional boost in attack. We're going to need to get off as much damage as possible. We fire off the super effective Earthquake, and it's not enough to take him out, but we do deal some significant damage. Majerna fires back with the Fleur Cannon, and this thing's special attack is pretty insane. Super effective against Garchomp, and he's going to go down in one shot. But this is perfectly fine. Garchomp did his job. This is all going according to plan, and now we've got the damage off. We can bring out the star of the show, Aegislash, to put the team on his back and carry us through the rest of this battle. Now we go for Iron Head here, trying to land a finishing blow, but Majerna switches out into Azumero. Now Azumero will take the damage instead, and as you'll see, Arabella likes to switch a lot when her Pokemon get low, but this works out in our favor because it's essentially a free turn of damage we're able to get off. So we transform into the Blade Stance, fire off the Iron Head, and we deal about half damage to Azumero. Next, we're going to go for King Shield, and this is especially important because Azumero is a physical attacker, but this is a basic strategy you're going to see throughout the battle. It's just attack, King Shield, attack, King Shield, repeat. It's super broken, but anyways, Azumero attacked with Aqua Tail into King Shield. It is a contact move, so this will result in his attack being harshly low. Now we try to land the finishing blow, but once again, Arabella will make the switch out and go into Xerneas. Now this is good. We want to get Xerneas out of the way as soon as possible. He is a pretty big threat, or he would be if we didn't have Aegislash. Now once again, because Arabella made a switch, we get an additional attack off, so we transform into the Blade Stance once again, fire off the Iron Head. It's going to be super effective and deal a huge chunk of damage, getting him down into the yellow. Now here, Xerneas always goes for Geomancy on its first turn, and because of course he has the Power Herb, as you could probably guess, it's going to power him up immediately in one turn. Now hot take real quick. Geomancy is not a great move. Any move that requires a held item to be useful is not a good move on its own. Now, because Xerneas is so predictable and always goes for Geomancy, we didn't bother King Shielding that turn. We just went straight for another Iron Head to finish him off. By the way, guys, if you think this video is cool, remember to click the like button. It's good for the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to the channel. Help us get to 500 subs. So next comes out Togekiss, our next victim, but this thing is actually a threat because it knows Flamethrower. So we definitely want a King Shield here, but here's the thing. It's not about lowering his attack because Togekiss is a special attacker, but because on the turn that we do inevitably get hit by the Flamethrower, we want to be in the shield defensive stance. This is because Aegislash's defensive stats are much higher in the shield stance, while his offensive stats are much higher in the blade stance. So here it comes. Togekiss fires off the Flamethrower. We're going to get hit for super effective, but luckily Aegislash takes it fairly well, being in the shield stance. The only thing that's risky is getting burned. That would foil everything, but luckily it's only a 10% chance. Now we transform back into the blade stance, fire off the Iron Head for huge super effective damage. Not quite enough to take him out, but we got him down into the red. Now Togekiss might be in range of a Shadow Sneak, but that's really risky. It's not worth it. We're just going to play it safe, go for the King Shield, and do it the slow way. Togekiss goes for Flamethrower again, but we're safe, and keep in mind every turn that we stall and protect, we're getting leftover heals. Now we go for the finishing blow, but once again Arabella switches out, this time into Mawile. Now this is pretty unfortunate. Mawile came out this early. He's gonna get the Intimidate on us, and there's nothing we can do about it. We could switch out, but really this is an Aegislash video, so we're gonna power through it. We transform into the Blade Stance, fire off the Iron Head that was meant for Togekiss, and deal some solid damage to Mawile. Even after being intimidated, Blade Form Aegislash just hits so hard. But Arabella putting up the old good fight as she Mega Evolves her Mawile into Mega Mawile. Now we definitely want a King Shield here. Mega Mawile has an insane attack stat. He is a physical attacker, so we want to do the best we can to lower his attack. So we throw up the King Shield, hoping for the best. Mawile attacks with Iron Head, which is a contact move, and therefore his attack is harshly lower. Now we want to lower his attack, and we got to be really careful because Mawile knows Sucker Punch, which will hit hard for super effective against Aegislash. But he goes for Play Rough here, and I'm not exactly sure why he's not going for Sucker Punch, but he does know it, and we've just got to be careful and predict when we think he's going to use it. But it's time to deal some damage. We attack with Iron Head. It's not going to be enough to take him out, but he should be in range of one more Iron Head should do the trick. Now Mawile being at low health, he's more likely to go for Sucker Punch. I think either that or switch out, but we're going to play it safe and go for the King Shield. But he doesn't switch out or go for Sucker Punch. He attacks with Play Rough, and I really don't understand what the AI is doing here, but either way, we'll take it. His attack is harshly lowered, and we're good to go. So once again, we attempt to land a finishing blow, but as you may be able to see a pattern here, Mawile switches out, this time going into Majourna. Now we really need this Iron Head to take out Majourna. Majourna can be annoying and set up Reflex, on top of the fact that we're already intimidated can be a huge nuisance. And on top of the fact that he's got a defense boost from the field effect, we hit the Iron Head and get the lucky crit. Just when we needed it most too. I'm pretty sure that crit mattered. Aegislash coming through for us clutch once again. Now Arabella's running out of options as Azumero comes back out to play. Now we're just going to keep running the same playbook here. Azumero is a physical attacker, so we want to go for King Shield first, and he'll make the contact move, which will harshly lower his attack stat. Azumero attacks with Aqua Tail flying face first into the King Shield and having his attack reduced. Next turn, Azumero outspeeds. We're going to get hit here. He goes for the Aqua Tail, but luckily he has -2 attack, and Aegislash tanks it like a boss. Now we're going to attack with Iron Head here. Now last time we dealt with Azumero, that was before we got intimidated, so despite the first Iron Head dealing about half of his health, the second one will not be enough to finish him off. Now, similar to the last situation with Togekiss, Azumero does appear to be in range of a Shadow Sneak. However, it's not worth the risk. We're going to play it safe. Now, we do have to be mindful of PP, but we did max out our PP for both Iron Head and King Shield before this match, so we should have just enough to get the job done. In typical Arabella fashion, she switches out Azumero at the last second and goes into Clefable. And this strategy is actually working against her. It's important to know when to sacrifice, so that way you can get a clean switch in and not let your opponent get free attacks off. So we go for the Iron Head. It's super effective and deal huge damage, not quite enough to one-shot, but we've got him down low. Yet another situation where Shadow Sneak may or may not be enough to take it out, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're going to keep playing it safe and go for King Shield instead. This Clefable can be dangerous too because it knows Flamethrower as well. We throw up the King Shield, just getting so much value out of the leftovers, restoring so much health as Clefable tries to attack with Flamethrower, but we're safe. We're not safe from this one though. Clefable attacks with Flamethrower. It's super effective, but we are in the defense stance, and we've just restored so much health by this point, we're fine. And if you can guess what comes next, we transform into the Blade stance, fire off the Iron Head, and Clefable goes down. Just absolutely tearing through Arabella's team, just showing how busted and overpowered this Pokemon is if you know how to play it. Alright, now Mawile comes back out. Luckily, this is Mega Mawile, who does not have Intimidate, which is good because we cannot afford to get intimidated a second time. Just keeping track of our PP here, we're starting to run low, so we've got to play careful. We go for King Shield, being wary of that Sucker Punch. We don't want to get hit by that, but Mawile goes for Iron Head. Again, not really sure what the AI is thinking here, but either way, Iron Head is a contact move, so therefore Mawile will have his attack harshly reduced. It's time to finish this thing off, so we go for Iron Head, but Mawile outspeeds and goes for Play Rough, and man, if there's any time to pull out the Sucker Punch, it would be now. If any of you guys have any idea why Mawile is not utilizing Sucker Punch and hasn't used it at all this battle, if you have any ideas, leave a comment and let me hear your thoughts on it. But either way, we hit him with the Iron Head and Mawile goes down. We're not quite done yet. This battle's not over. She's still got 2 Pokemon left as Togekiss comes back out to play. Now, once again, we could possibly finish this thing off with Shadow Sneak, but the safe strategy has not failed us yet. We have enough PP to pull it off, so once again, we're going to go for the King Shield, tank the Flamethrower, and we are safe this turn. Just want to note how important the leftovers are here. We are going to have to take another Flamethrower, but because we've restored so much health, we're going to be able to just fine. Now, we have enough health to tank the Flamethrower here. We are risking a crit, however. It really just comes down to the choice of what risk you want to take. Do you want to risk getting crit by the Flamethrower or risk Shadow Sneak not dealing enough damage? And to be honest, Shadow Sneak probably would have been enough to take it out, but we made the play and now we got to stick to it. But Togekiss goes down to the Iron Head. Arabella is down to her last Pokemon as Azumero comes back out for one final fight. Now here, King Shield is always the correct play because Azumero knows Aqua Jet and it is faster than us. If we had gone for Shadow Sneak, Azumero would have moved first with Aqua Jet and hit us while we were in the blade form, while our defenses were lowered and we were vulnerable, and Aegislash probably would have went down. Now we're going to safely start the turn in the defense stance, but we click Shadow Sneak and it appears that we move first, which means Azumero did not go for Aqua Jet. Even if he had, it would have been safe. His attack was harshly lowered from the King Shield. But in one final blaze of glory, we fire off the Shadow Sneak and Arabella's final Pokemon, Azumero, goes down. But that's a wrap for Elite Four Arabella, Pokemon Unbound version 2.1, Cap True Insane difficulty, GG. But yeah, guys, the Aegislash is busted. If you couldn't tell, like, this Pokemon is so ridiculously overpowered. But he's definitely fun to use, and this was a fun battle as well. But I hope you guys liked the video. Leave a comment, let me hear your thoughts. I always love to hear from you guys. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Help us get to 500 subs. And as always, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.